Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Roar Time. The Columbus Lions are riding a 2-game win streak, and they are in second place in the National Arena League. How's everybody doing? I am Richard Holdridge, your game day commentator, alongside head coach Jason Gibson. Coach, I know you're excited, but I got to tell you, that game against Jacksonville, we were holding our breath because Jacksonville was driving. And I know things were probably going through your mind, but Darrell Green with the pick six, incredible, and we could breathe just a little bit.
Yeah, it was still, that was, blah, blah, blah. That's really how I felt about it.
Yeah.
Right? Just what a great play. They're a vet team with a good coach and a great quarterback, and I knew that they would run that clock out just enough. That was my biggest fear. We had 3 timeouts left. He ran it down to the 1-minute warning. Coach Burley does a really good job. And I think he probably would have figured out a way to run the clock out to whether they score and win or, you know, they don't score and lose, obviously. But, God, that interception was like, oh.
Yes. So, well, Jacksonville was coming into the Civic Center, riding a 3-game winning streak. They made the change at quarterback with Arville Nelson. But let's break that game down. From the start, Blake Erickson with the deuce. And then Jacksonville's next possession, big Darius Washington with the strip and the turnover, Jarman Fortson with the touchdown run. Boom, Lions are up 9-0 right there.
When that happened, I kind of was like, you know. But I still knowing what they had, you know, a big key for them was not having Devin Wilson. You know, when you got one of the top receivers in the league in a passing game like this, he, you know, not having him obviously hurt them. But, hey, I have injuries too, you know. But when we jumped out 9-0, that was huge for us.
And then I think that the league is going to take notice not to kick it to Darian Townsend, because anytime he gets the ball, more than likely he is going to take it to the house. He's already had 3 kickoff returns for a touchdown. How big was that kickoff return for Townsend?
It's huge. I mean, when you talk about Lions football in the past, it's been great defense, defensive touchdowns, and really good special teams. And we've always been good on offense, but the standard in Columbus is always playing great defense at home, and we did it again. I mean, you look at holding Carolina to 20, holding Albany to 39, and Jacksonville to 33, with great quarterbacks across the board. I mean, arguably the top 3 teams in the league, and you hold those teams to that point threshold. It's just can't say enough about Coach Thomas, Coach Daniels, those guys on the defense, doing a great job.
Well, you've made the change at quarterback. Daniel Smith is 2-0 as a starter. He hasn't made the big mistake. He has done a great job just keeping your team in the game. But have you looked at the film and seen what he could do better as far as sustaining long drives on the offense? Or is your defense just playing so lights out that he doesn't have to lose the game? He can just manage it.
Honestly, I mean, there's a couple drives that we could have put that game away early. We have got to learn how to, when you have an opportunity to go up 2 possessions, 3 possessions, stuff like that, you got to come through, and we haven't, you know, and that's been the issue. Just keep teams hanging around. We've been fortunate enough to win some of these close games, but offensively, you look at the game we wasted against Albany the first time. We hold a team to 39 points and you lose. I mean, that's as bad as you can play. And then, of course, Orlando with the 16 penalties and the 4 turnovers and 2 fumbles, and we still had the ball at the end of the game with a chance to win.
Yeah.
But that's what's really good about the league. Every team in the league is sitting there right now saying the same thing. I guarantee you the game we beat Carolina. Carolina said, worst game we played all year long. Didn't have this, didn't have that. You know, I get it. We're all in that same situation every week. What you have to be able to do is weather that throughout the length of the season. I mean, we're 2 plays away from losing San Antonio and Jacksonville, so we could be sitting at, I don't know, 2-6 right now. But we're not.
Well, let's talk about the San Antonio Gunslingers, because that is the next home game, July the 8th. July the 8th. And San Antonio is on a 2-game win streak. I saw the end of that game. They put 4 seconds back on the clock. Robert Kent puts it in the end zone. Boom. San Antonio's 2-5. Orlando, they're 3-5. So the playoff hopes right now, I mean, it's really shaky. I know you got Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's
Albany.
Got 5 losses.
5 losses, 4-5. Albany is 4-4 after losing to Carolina, and you guys are in second place. You guys control your own destiny to host a home playoff game.
Well, I've got to win my home games. We've talked about that ever since I've been doing this sport. You have to win your home games. We lost that one to Albany at home. I got to pick that win back up somehow, some way. So we have 3 road trips left. In order for us to be where we need to be, I've got to win 2 or 3 of those road trips to make up for the home loss. That's how I look at it. And it starts this, with Albany coming up. But just to top off the Jacksonville game, it was a good defensive performance all the way around. I thought we'd get pressure. And Kerry Starks, again, had a monster game. Getting a sack on Arvell Nelson is darn near impossible, and he did it. And to hold Arvell to 45% completion says something. He's at 45%. We finished the game, I think, at almost 67% completion. If I can get that number up to 70% offensively, we're going to call some waves. And, we're doing it the right way. We're coaching our guys up. Our coaches are coaching up players that you've never heard of, and we're getting it done.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll be back with a quick commercial break. You are watching Roar Time. Stay tuned. We will preview the upcoming road trip and the next home game for your Columbus Lions against the San Antonio Gunslingers. We'll be back.
Beam is delivering gig speed internet to 100% of our network. But should you get a gig? Well, if you want to download an album in a blink, video conference in 4K, make virtual reality more real, power all of your home smart devices at the same time, and still have bandwidth to stream everything without buffering, then yeah, you gotta get a gig. So call, click, or visit and get it. Because when you gotta get a gig, you gotta go with Beam. Bringing East Alabama more.
Mountain Dew Spark might hypnotize you. You might want to stop staring. Stop staring at the delicious Mountain Dew Spark.
Oh, perfect timing. Come on in. It's just not cool in my house. It normally makes a noise. I don't know why it's not.
Have to fix it?
I can't believe it. You fixed it.
Let's be honest, climate control's not that easy. We love what we do, and there's nothing better than a job well done. To be there when you need it most.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Well, folks, it's only 8 a.m. and it's going to be another hot one. Today's high is 85 degrees.
Babe, it's 8 a.m.
Fried chicken, better with Pepsi.
He's the buzz around town, man, haven't you heard? Sent by Mike Costello Law Firm to spread the word. You've been injured in the wreck, we can help in most cases. We literally come to you in most places. Workers' compensation and all car wreck. Our team is working really hard to try to get you a check. So do yourself a favor and listen to me and call 844-GET-MIKE. Do yourself a favor and listen to me and call 844-GET-MIKE. Told you to do yourself a favor and I hope that you learn. Been in the wreck, call a Mike Costello Law Firm.
The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill. Nobody does food like The Outskirts. Amazing wings, appetizers, baskets, and burgers. And Mr. Henry's Lunch Buffet is the best in town. All-you-can-eat Southern cooking for only $10. Follow The Outskirts on Facebook for the latest on nightly entertainment, sports, music, and the best food in town. The Outskirts Sports Bar and Grill, corner of Veterans Parkway and Whitesville Road in Columbus.
Welcome back to Roar Time. I am Richard Holdridge, your game day commentator, along with head coach Jason Gibson. As we get ready for a big showdown with the Albany Empire, let's take a look at the latest standings in the National Arena League. The Carolina Cobras sit alone on first place with a 7-2 record. Columbus is now in second place with a 4-3 record, but right behind them is the Albany Empire, their next opponent, with a 4-4 record, followed by the Jacksonville Sharks. They are at 4-5. And on the outskirts looking in, they would be out of the playoffs if the season ended today. The Orlando Predators with a 3-5 record, and then the San Antonio Gunslingers at 2-5. Coach, that game going up to Albany, New York is going to be a very big game, a crucial game for playoff seedings. But also, Albany, they have lost 2 straight, and they
3 straight.
3 straight, yes, you're right. 3 straight.
Got to give them credit. It's 3 straight.
It is 3 straight. They still have a question mark at quarterback, Sam Castronova or Warren Smith. They lose to Carolina before they got stunned. I'm going to say it was an upset. San Antonio's new in the league, and they were able to beat Albany. And the defending NAL champs right now are vulnerable, sitting at 4-4. And I know you're looking for some payback for Albany coming into the Civic Center and defeating you 39-31.
I mean, well, you look at their roster. I think Casanova is probably one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the league, without a doubt, because he can throw. I mean, he can really throw.
Oh, yeah.
And he's one of the best running quarterbacks there is. And then you got a backup. And he's really not having a backup. This guy's an all-league player, former MVP of the NAL, and Warren Smith. You got 2 top-quality quarterbacks like that. That's tough. And then you couple it in with the veteran signings that they have. I mean, Marvin Ross, Jabari Gorman, Hollis, Prince, Cisse, Hag. The team is stacked. That team is stacked talent-wise. I mean, they are just loaded. And so, to be able to get a win against that, it would be tough. It's going to be tough because they have so much veteran talent. I mean, that's a championship caliber roster put together, without a doubt.
Well, that first game when the Empire came to the Columbus Civic Center, you did a good job stopping Darius Prince. He did get that late touchdown,
right.
But they have other players on their team, and you have the best defense in the NAL. I was looking at the points allowed, and I mean, it's head and shoulders above everybody else in the league. But what is your game plan going into Albany to try to stop their potent offense that they could score points at will?
I mean, come on, man. If I told you.
Oh, yeah. I think we've done this before where I've actually said, what's your game plan?
Hey, what are you going to do? How are you going to stop? Oh, this is what we're going to do.
We're
going to run this coverage. No, I can't do that.
No, of course not. It would be a very general answer.
Well, I'm going to keep my answer generic, is how most coaches should, and we're just going to play ball. He's going to get his touches. That's a given. When you have great players like Prince, they're going to get their touches. You just got to try to minimize it the best you can and do what you can. Hopefully, all I can ask for is to have the ball at the end of the game with a chance to win. That's all I can ask for.
And that is a good game plan. And then you have to travel to Carolina the following week on a short week.
Yeah.
On a short week. There could be some changes in the league. I mean, really, you play Carolina 2 more times. They're 7-2. They're first place in the NAL. I know that you control your own destiny, like I've talked about before. Right now, you're currently in second place.
But the league is so competitive. The league is so competitive because of the Ironman. Ironman can negate talent, unfortunately, and it creates parity. So it doesn't matter how much money you spend, what players you get. The Ironman creates that parity, and now you got to coach.
Yeah.
And so those 2 games could easily go against us, and we're going to be sitting here in 2 weeks going, holy cow, what happened? Oh, my God, we're 4-6, 4-5 or something like that. I don't know. That's how competitive the league is across the board. There's no way I could look at anybody on that schedule and say, oh, okay, we got a break here. I don't want to play in San Antonio. The way they're playing right now. I don't want to go to Albany and play at Albany. I don't want to play at Carolina. And those are tough games. And that's how it should be. It's exciting. It's good for the league. And I've always said that. And at the end of the day, I want the growth of the league. I want to win for our fans and things like that. But there's enough win columns on the Columbus side that I can see the bigger picture.
Well, let's talk about that home game. It's a couple weeks away, July the 8th against the San Antonio Gunslingers. What promotional deals do you have going that fans can expect to see come game time?
We've got it's a Friday night game, get off work. We got a buy 4, get 4 tickets for free. That's if you're getting lower level tickets, you're saving $100.
That's a deal.
That's a deal. That's a big deal. So we have upper level and lower level specials. You can go on our website, columbuslions.net, purchase the tickets. They'll be in will call waiting for you. But buy 4, get 4. Grab everybody at work. Grab the families, grab the relatives, and get out to a game, and let's pack that thing out. If you haven't been to a game this year in the building, the way our defense is playing and the entertainment, the excitement, you don't know what you're missing.
Oh, yes, your defense is exciting. Kerry Starks leads the league with 7 sacks. He had a lot of pressures on Arvil Nelson. I noticed up in the booth that he did get the 1 sack. He had the 4 sacks earlier in the previous game. But he knows how to get pressure, and that could be the difference of the quarterback making a bad throw and throwing it away.
He knows how to get held, too, now. I mean, there's a lot of holding penalties on him, and you don't have any choice because you can't block him. He's that hard to block. And so, but for him, I'm sorry. I think the world of Arvil Nelson. I think he's a big-time player. And for us to have that kind of game and even get a sack on him, kudos to Coach Daniels and what they did. But I still feel Jacksonville's a really good team. And at the end of the day, when all this dust settles, they're going to be in that mix. They're going to be in that mix, and they're going to get better. And it's going to be tough.
And they got a 2-game series with the Orlando Predators. That could actually put Orlando out of playoff contention if Jacksonville were able to win both those games.
And Carolina has us twice and Jacksonville twice, and both of their games, I think, are in Jacksonville at the end of the season. So, they've probably got the toughest schedule going forward, going out. But again, with everybody in the league being so good, I don't know how you can sit there and say his schedule is better than his schedule, because everybody's almost to the point, everybody's kind of lost to everybody. And so it'll be pretty good. But I want to give a big shout out to Vector Ply. So our guys and girls and all the employees from Vector Ply came out to the game having a great time. And if you don't know what they do here in Columbus, you need to check it out. It's one of the most interesting facility tours I've taken. And it's shocking because I live right by it in Phoenix City. And it is a unbelievable operation of what they do there. It's really fascinating. So big shout out to Vector Ply and all the staffs, and Brian. Shout out to Baseline Coatings, who is one of our big-time sponsors. He does a great job and helps sponsor this show. And then Riley Heating and Air. They're my service people. They do a great job helping everybody out, especially with this little heat wave coming. I'm imagining if something happens, I'd give them a call for sure. So just thankful for the people in this community, thankful for the things that they do for us, thankful for the services they provide. And hopefully, we're providing a service for them as well by giving their employees or their staff or their customers, 2.5 to 3 hours of entertainment and just pure family fun away from all the things in the world that make it ugly.
Well, Coach, safe travels up to Albany, New York this weekend, and we'll see you back home and on July the 8th against San Antonio.
Now, you're doing a podcast, right? You're going to be famous?
Yes, I do a podcast, Coach. I do a podcast with Jared Diller called The Lions Den. It's for Columbus Lions fans, but I also do a podcast that's designed to cover Columbus sports, all the sports.
Make sure you check it out.
All right, that was head coach Jason Gibson of the Columbus Lions. Thank you so much for watching another episode of Roar Time. Don't forget, we got an episode next week as we will recap the game against Albany. Hope you have a good night.